evening, everyone. Welcome back to Twin States News. I'm Nicole Menner. Saturday night was a huge success for the Ole Miss Rebels, opening their season with a win over Texas Tech. But as nice as that was, the Rebels suffered a loss as Jalen Jones's season came to an end before it really even started. Jones began the game with a 94-yard kick return touchdown, and 2 quarters later he tore his ACL. Defensive coordinator Wesley McGriff says this is a big loss not only on the field, but in the locker room as well.
Well, I want to be clear, man. That's a tremendous loss for us in more ways than one. I mean, he was a tremendous asset, and just in terms of his leadership. I mean, really strong football intelligence. He's very confident, and as a coordinator, he gives you confidence to go in man-to-man coverage because he would constantly say, "Hey, coach, I'm ready, man. Let's go lock him down." And then his skill set. I mean, I tell him all the time, I say, man, you're a pro. You possess a skill set that you can certainly play at a high level. We got to just pick up where he left off at, and it's painful, but I know he expects us to go on.
And following their 63-6 opening win against Stephen F. Austin, MSU stays in the national rankings for the 9th straight week. The Bulldogs come in at 18th in the AP's top 25 and 18th in the Amway coaches poll. State was effective on both sides of the ball Saturday night, with Keaton Thompson breaking SEC and MSU records in his second career start, while the defense finished with a school record 17 tackles for loss. The Dogs will head to Manhattan, Kansas to take on Kansas State for their first time since 1977 Saturday afternoon. While the NFL season kicks off tonight between the Eagles and Falcons, the Saints have 3 more days until their division showdown with the Bucs. Tampa Bay's quarterback Jameis Winston will be sitting this one out due to a suspension, leaving the starting role to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Another storyline that developed this week is how the Saints have just 2 running backs on their roster as of right now. So how will those impact the season opener? As for running backs, the 2017 Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara, will have to step it up big time to fill the shoes of Mark Ingram while he serves that 4-game suspension. Their number 2 running back is Mike Gillislee. He totaled 383 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns last season over in New England with the Patriots. So the Saints left with just 2 after Boston Scott, Trey Edmonds, and Jonathan Williams were all cut within the last week. It's unlikely that the Saints will go into Sunday's game with just 2 backs, but Coach Sean Payton has said that it's a possibility. As for the Bucs offense and Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Saints aren't underestimating the 14-year vet. Fitzpatrick won 2 of his 3 starts in place of Winston last season. Tampa's passing attack ranked first in the league during the preseason, with Fitzpatrick completing 60.7%, and he was sacked just once. Fitzgerald has faced the Saints also just once in his career, coming in for Winston Week 8 of last season. He went 8 of 15 for 68 yards and a touchdown. Here's what the guys had to say on gearing up for game day and facing off against Tampa Bay.
Excited that we've gotten through an off season where I felt like we got good work in. Watch the team come together, watch some guys start to fill some roles that are going to be important for us this year. And now it's the time to start to play for keeps again, which is when it gets fun.
You can't have a big head. You can't be overly confident when you talk about the NFL. This is 32 teams prized of the best people that they can find for the 53-man roster. And honestly, we don't have that much film on Fitzpatrick in Tampa Bay and then from a little bit last year. But when you talk about what he's capable of, we know that he's always come out hot. I mean, usually, if he can start off a season, he comes out hot the first quarter. And that's all he's got to hold it down for.
I feel like they're going to come in and try to stop the run. I mean, it'll be smart. Like you said, they revamped their defensive line. We'll see. We're working on our plan. We're confident in what we're doing, so it'll be a good game.
Hard to believe that football is back. We're definitely excited. We've been talking about fantasy all week. Can't wait to see
so fun
how our guys do.
I know. You never know. Week 1.
Yeah, it's always a test.
It is.
Yeah, we'll see.
Testing the
waters. We'll keep you updated on Monday. I'm sure Mark will have a lot to say.
Oh, yeah, he will.